Hey, what is up YouTube? This is J93 for another toy review, and today I'm going to be taking a look at Transformers Age of Extinction, Helicopter Drift. So as always, taking a look at the packaging itself. Here you have to open the packaging without the figure side because I don't want to spoil anything. And right here you have Drift in his Bugatti Veyron, I think. I don't know what kind of car it is, but it's a supercar. And as you can see, he has the propellers on the back, which is the Drift is a triple changer in the movie. But the reason why it has what they make it is they make him a triple changer is because they kind of found in the last moment that Drift was going to have a helicopter mode as well as a Bugatti mode, so they kind of had to reuse a previous mold, which is what I'll get to a bit later. So yeah, I'm just gonna call him Helicopter Drift, but if Autobot Drift because there are no Decepticons, but there are Decepticons, but they're engineered. That's correct. For those of you who haven't seen the Age of Extinction movie, here's the Transformers Age of Extinction with 4.5 of the Decepticon logo, and see, here you have nice Transformers logo right here, and on the side you have the continuation art right here, which I'm guessing the actual graphics are more shittier as it comes here. Sorry, I don't know, but this is ages 80 plus, which originally the previous three movies it was ages 5 plus. I don't know why it just went out, but hey, a lot better. But hey. Here you have the G1, well, just a regular Generations Autobot logo. So now it's authentic Transformers one. If you purchase, and I think I got this guy online. And you have the Transformers app, which I'll get to you later. Right under the back, spin around the back, you have his bio. Zooming it. I'm gonna zoom my moon box. Actually, see, I'm gonna zoom in. You guys can read it with me. Drift is about a many words. This is about a few words and many blades. He's not trying to hide his Decepticon past. At this point, he'd much rather let his swords do the talking. His mastery at combat tactics not only lets him adapt his alternate form to land or air-based battles, but maintain his total control over circuits, even under heavy enemy fire. While other bots are pushed for overload, Drift soldiers on steely tactical precision. I can't seem to talk. So yeah, Drift was a former Decepticon, which he turned Autobot's side for some reason. I didn't read the comics, and yes, there are comics. I didn't find out until just later this year that there were comics that actually tell the backstory on this. Yeah. It says it changes in 24 steps. It's 24 steps, and you have a nice picture of Helicopter Drift. So for those of you who have the Autobot Skyhammer, the Dark in the Moon movie, you can kind of see some similarities, some differences, which is what I'll get to later. And first thing I want to point out is as you can see right here, he only has one Autobot logo here. Versus I would rather have two Autobot logos to keep balance because, well, yeah, well, it's nice kind of versus the other Drift, which is the Bugatti mode. He has little daggers as well as a large katana, which I don't remember Autobot Drift having 4 swords. I remember he only having these 2 swords stored. On here, he's a attack helicopter. Forget which. I think he might be an Apache. I don't know, but tell me if I'm wrong. I remember seeing this helicopter in a game over in Wahoo's in Idaho. For those of you who live in Idaho, you know what I'm talking about. So also available. It's so separately, of course, Slog. I can't call him Slag because that's a slang for like something derogatory. Come down here. You had the Transformers app. I used to have the app, but then it continuously froze my phone and I deleted it. So yeah, it looks like this mode is similar. You don't have textbooks on this. What you have is Transformers Generation Voyager class series M4 number 6. So yeah, that's about it for the packaging. So yeah, so let's get the figure itself. Okay guys, so here we have Helicopter Drift in his attack helicopter mode. And yes, I did say this is a repaint and slight retool of the Dark of the Moon Skyhammer. I do not have the Skyhammer figure to compare it, but from what I've seen in reviews, that everything is pretty much exact same thing, except for this, the air intake vents, which is coming apart. The air intake vents and some paint job, but otherwise than that, the paint job is the exact same thing. You can see his feet right here. Yes, these are his feet, which you can look out for. So before I get this figure itself, like all Extinction figures, such as the Autobot Hound figure that I reviewed earlier, they all come with a weapon itself. Now, Drift in the movie, he is a samurai or ninja, but he's a samurai, which is like a god of all stuff, and all sorted. And he does come with katanas. As you can see, it does actually kind of match his color scheme, which is kind of cool. I kind of like how they kind of do piece together and make one gigantic mega sword. No, I'm not referring to Power Rangers. I did say mega sword. So yeah, a sword just fuses together, not fuses together, just hooks together down here, and down here. And currently, there is no way to actually attach this to vehicle mode. I have seen people, they put this right here, but that kind of looks stupid. I'm not going to do it. So yeah. Here we have Autobot Drift. Well, his katanas. They do come apart. They're the exact same katanas except for like the attachment ports. So yeah, this is katanas. Sending this off to the side. Excuse me. Up front, Drift. This is actually just a forced vehicle mode because he actually did not look like this in the movie at all. He just looked like an RC helicopter, which I could be very wrong about, because he did not have this. He had a propeller back here, which you can kind of replicate by doing this. That kind of looks stupid, so I'm just going to leave it down because it does look like a military attack helicopter, which I mentioned earlier. So yeah, he does have the missile pods, have these giant gaping holes, which I don't know why Hasbro couldn't have reused the spring-loaded holes that I could have just kept it there. Yeah, they could have just hidden the holes by just spring back stuff. And I guess I have checked with using the document backpack weapons. They do fit in these ports. I'm not gonna do it because, well, to keep the video short and sweet. I know why I said that, but looking at front, I do recognize this helicopter as an attack helicopter. I have flown one of these in a simulation on Roblox, which I'll probably get to in a later video. But yeah, this is an attack helicopter, and the blades, they do spin very well, and it does create a nice draft. I was gonna say drift, but drift is only used for the vehicle mode. We go, shee! It does give you a nice like breeze if you spin hard enough. So yeah, you don't see much robot junk. I mean, you don't see his hands anywhere. Actually, his hands are right here. But the only thing you can see right here are just a lot of nice details, which like I said is reused from the Autobot Skyhammer mode, which is some like this. Like after watching the Skyhammer review, there are some they did some major changes, such as the landing gear. Just all these landing gear do fold up like so, but like this. But I don't know if you can see it, but right here, this is the giant port for sky hammers, a battle axe, a gun axe. I don't know what you call it, but you have a lot of ports that are used. But as you can see here, there is another port right in there that's used for the Skyrim weapon, which is the same size as up here. Sorry, my voice is about to go. So yeah, you can see a lot of details. Zooming in, so yeah, you see it down here. You can see it has a lot of wires and all the things they use. Typically see on helicopters, such as the brake. Do helicopters have brake flaps? I don't know. I've actually never been in a helicopter before, so I wouldn't know. So yeah, you can see a lot of details. You have a really nice Autobot logo down here, and you can see a lot of like joints, all that stuff. But other than that, you have a nice figure. So for a size comparison, here we have the Age of Extinction on my hand, and I forgot to put landing gear back out. I'm just gonna do that right now. Just very simple, but this one right here, you actually have to put a fingernail in there, with your finger in there to actually do it. But yeah, it's kind of hard to do. So side by side comparison, like I said in the movie, Drift is a lot smaller helicopter. The helicopter is a lot smaller than Bumblebee, and Drift is actually a lot smaller than Optimus. I don't have the Age of Extinction Optimus, but what I know is Hound is a lot bigger than Drift himself. So yeah. So let's get off to the side. So let's get the figure itself. Now for transformation, it's actually quite similar. You can actually leave these missile pods on. These are detachable. So these are detachable, which I'll get to later if I can remember it. So yeah, the transformation, what you want to do first is, well, like I said, we'll fold the front landing gear down, and what you do is detach these from the pegs right here, fold this in, and basically take this whole thing. The instructions don't actually tell you what to do with this, which you take this, bring it down. These do peg in here, but mine don't actually do it. Take this, fold it down. I'm guessing. Fold this down. Come back here, separate them, so you can actually transform it easier. Bring it down, and you can see his whole torso bit. Comes down, hold him, and basically kind of straighten out the legs. Straighten out the legs with what you need to do. Straighten out like so. Do like so. And basically what you need to do is, I don't know if you guys can see this right here, but this is supposed to be packed in, but what you need unhinge that and basically take this straighten out. Instructions don't actually tell you, but basically what you need is go reverse from what I'm going to show you. I'm not going to go back into helicopter mode because it just saves time in the video. So yeah, what you need to do is rotate, take the legs, rotate it like so, rotate 90 degrees, on like both sides. Take this right here, fold it outwards, and then bring this up, which actually reveals his heel. Take this, fold it up. It's gonna hinge. It should just like slot in, like so. Like it goes on a double hinge down here, right down here. So it's gonna make transformation kind of fun. I don't know if that's the right word. Take his feet, fold it out. There you have one leg, but one leg in. I don't know if you guys know this, but it was originally like this. When you put it in, it'll extend this part out. You don't have to do it, but if you leave like that, it doesn't really leave much of a difference. It just slightly gives like a little more gap. I just like pushing all the way because, well, I like my stuff better. So what you need to do is fold this on this side. You fold this in, fold this outwards, so it kind of leaves like this configuration. Move double hinge up like so. So fold in, extend this out, And as you can see, this is actually just was a fake part to actually balance this part out. I don't see why they couldn't do the double Autobot logo. Reach back here, pull out the heels, and fold out leg, and there you have his legs fully transformed. Now, moving camera up so you can see it. You have this whole mess right here. Fold this, get this hinge down. Take arm, take these, bring it out. Sorry, take these arms, bring them out to the side. These do peg in right here and right over here. This one seems a lot tighter. I don't know why, but I just probably pegged something in. But take this, unhinge it out. Do the same with both sides. Take this, reach in there, fold the fists out. You don't need, you just need to grab this part right here and just, there's actually enough like grip because it has ridges. Fold this out and you have like missile pods right here, but missile pods are actually down here, which I'll get to later. Take this, rotate it out, and what you need to do here is take this, hinge it up, zoom in so you can actually see it better. And my camera's flopping all over. I'm just gonna zoom out. I'm gonna bring this, flip this up, like so. Do the same with the other one. If I could do it without knocking my camera. Do this, like so. And just like this. There you have his arms. Now what you need to take the arm, separate it, and whoa, look, there's his head. And yes, he is gonna be like this. So yeah, so what you need is flip this up so you can rotate the arm stand. You don't have to, but I just do that so it won't. So this one won't catch on that and cause like a lot of stress marks. So what the instructors do is actually tell you to rotate arms first. I'm gonna do that first. I'm not gonna do the thing. So here, what you need is bring this whole thing accordion up, slide it in, lift this arm out. Which is what it doesn't tell you. It just leaves you open, which is what reviewers are good for. Bring this up, which reveals a peg. Do the same with the other side. Monkey him arm up like he's gonna shrug. And you can see it, but there's a slight peg. This is peg right here. Right there, they peg into this small hole. You see that? You're seeing on both sides. I'll come on to the front. Bring his arms down. And basically you can leave these however you like. Oh, and take this, fold it back. Yeah, kind of give him more of a chest take this, rotate it to the right, and you kind of have to figure out where it is, but this is kind of like his chest shield. But I don't know if you guys see it, but there's a peg right in there that goes into this slot. So you take this, push it in, and it kind of gives you like an X mode, X thing, and you can see it just smiling at you. Take this, fold it back, take this, bring it back, put the blades in like a configuration like so. It should peg in like from the sky hammer mode. Take this, fold it in like so, and I don't know why I said that sounded really weird. You can take set, do whatever you want with it. Basically stand them up straight and position a whole lot of stuff. Like position these pods. Well, I'm gonna detach them. You can actually leave them, but take this, like kind of stand them up. So here you have Autobot Drift in his robot mode. So he's completely naked without any weapon. I would like to have this Autobot logo as well over here, but I'm guessing they had to distinguish in Skyhammer mode and in this mode. As you can see, there's some similarities except with the head and the shoulder bits. So the difference between this is, what I like to do with this is put the missile pods on his arms, because that's what they're for. Take the other missile pod and so that you could see it. So you could see it right down here. Right now, so now so you can see right down here. And you can have him with missile pods. He actually doesn't use guns. He actually had these swords, and from the way to handle is you have to put it in like so, and basically put it like this, and do it like so. You can have him holding 2 swords in one hand. That looks weird. I'm not gonna do it because to save time on this review. And just putting this guy right here. Now I'm not gonna show you a size comparison, which I kind of probably already did. This you can see here. Drift is the same size as Autobot Hound. You just gotta believe me with this. He is actually the same size. He shouldn't be. Drift should be probably half the size of what he is right now. So yeah, that's just something that I noticed. And for the detailing right here, you can see he's smiling with a walkhead. And for those of you guys who don't know what a walkhead is, the story is that the soldiers' time, the helmet actually doubles as a cooking pot, which is actually kind of cool. But putting a greasy pot on your head is disgusting, especially when it's really hot. But I'm guessing you can take your pot, chuck it at an enemy, it's gonna burn him, or you can punch him with the helmet. But yeah, he has a nice helmet here, but his head is on a ball joint. But you can get him look right and left and right. You look up and down. He does actually have like a Chinese word on it. And for those of you wondering, Ken Watanabe is the voice of Drift. Ken Watanabe was also in Inception, so yeah, similarities. Details, you can see wires here on Drift. You don't actually have seats in here, but yeah, the arms, the shoulders, like I showed you, do go up and down. But since they have the blades up here, it makes it more limited. With the arms, they do go up and down, so you do have a slicing motion. But yeah, it rotates right here. It goes up a little bit right up here. Rotates here. Goes up and down on the elbow. Just goes like that, like how a normal elbow will. And rotates, like I said, rotates right here. There is a little bit of hip articulation, but it's kind of stiff. The hips, the legs are on like a pin and swivel joint. I think I'm saying that right. He bends at the knee. He bends the knee right here. He has giant kneecaps like Optimus Prime, like or Sensei. He doesn't have fear of him, but I'm guessing you can do this based off of transformation. So yeah, overall, my initial opinion about this figure: get this guy after you have his Bugatti, after you have his car mode, because well, it's more of a appreciation for the figure, or so to say. But yeah, Drift is, I mean, this figure does represent his ninja or his samurai mode. So yeah, overall, I would recommend this to kids who haven't had a helicopter, doesn't have a flying Autobot. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please be sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe for more videos like this, and to get notified of my new videos. I record every Wednesday. You're guaranteed a video every Wednesday. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I'm Mr. J-Lee93 and fly.